If you're thinking about getting a divorce, one of the things you should start considering now is your finances. If you're the higher income earner in a relationship, then you really need to start planning how the finances are going to work out, because there's a possibility that you're going to be paying child support if there are children involved, and also potentially spousal support. And when you are separating and you are going to be living separately, your finances can get pretty tight and it can be pretty financially straining. So you should definitely talk to someone who's familiar with the divorce process and how child support and spousal support may play out, so that you can pre-plan, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're so financially strained that you can't maintain your own living expenses. If you're the lower income spouse, that's also something you should take into consideration, because if you're going to be separated, you're not going to have that source of income as a family, as one household. So you're going to be left in a situation where your income can't sustain your living standard when you are in the marriage and in one household. So when you do separate, definitely look into what you may be entitled to in terms of support, so that you can start planning your living expenses, so that you can be able to sustain your living expenses and not be so stressed and high anxiety with the financial strain of the separation. If you're heading into divorce, you should start identifying all the various assets and debts you have, whether separately for yourself or separately for your spouse or together. At the very minimum, we ask that you be able to identify all the various assets and all the various debts, even if you can't gather the statements or the documents themselves. But we want to be able to know what assets and what debts are subject to division or division in the case. My advice on how to choose a divorce attorney or a family law attorney is to make sure that they are not just going through the motions of the various steps and procedures in divorce, but really take your life as a whole into consideration and really understand what it is that you would like at the end of this all. Some people would like to move. Some people like to stay within the marital residence and have the kids a majority of time, or some people realize that they can't be available for the children a majority of time, and so perhaps they want to be able to have contact with the children, but not the majority of time, perhaps every other weekend and holidays and during the weeks. So really find an attorney that really understands your needs personally, not just going through the clinical and technical steps of a divorce. It's a good idea to really take time and really think through when you're thinking about divorce, and to prepare for a divorce rather than just rushing through it, because this is your life. And so you want to go through it with an idea of what it is ultimately you want for yourself. So again, it's a really good idea to really think it through. Think about what it is that you want personally, financially, for yourself and for your family when the divorce is all said and done. If you have any questions about how to prepare for divorce, contact the law offices of Kim Lynn Huang, and we'll love to be able to help you.